All right, Trump was not happy.
But then somebody ran up to the stage all dressed up nicely. And she was up, and I said, wow, she's doing like a speech like she won. She didn't win, she lost. Who the hell was the imposter that went up on the stage before and claimed a victory? She did very poorly, actually. I find in life you can't let people get away with bullshit, okay? You can't.
All right, so Trump calling it how it is. What's up with Tim Scott trying to get a spot on the stage there? Somebody complained about my laugh roll last week, so we're going to keep that to a minimum. All right, so in this video, we're going to talk about the swamp, all right? We're going to get into how swampy Nikki Haley's campaign is, but that's really not the whole thing. I've got a video at the end of this that is the swampiest thing I've ever seen in Washington, hands down. So you 100% have to stay tuned for that. Okay, it's Kari Lake catches someone on a hot mic. You're not going to believe what happened there. So make sure you stay tuned for that. Now, in New Hampshire recently, Nikki Haley at 43%, Trump at 54%. Now, I'm going to show you why that 43% is actually a false bottom. Okay, now Nikki Haley lost in Iowa, then she lost in New Hampshire, but she's still out there making victory speeches. Let's check it out.
What a great night. God is so good all the time.
God is good when you lose? I don't get it.
You can't fix the mess if you don't win an election.
Which she didn't win 2 times in a row now. And this is where she starts getting personal with Trump. Now, typically, candidates are supposed to go after each other in a primary, but not too much because they're all supposed to unite at one point for the good of the party. But it seems like between Nikki and Trump, it's all hands off, like all gloves are off.
With Donald Trump, you have one bout of chaos after another. This court case, that controversy, this tweet, that senior moment. You can't fix Joe Biden's chaos with Republican chaos. The other day, Donald Trump accused me of not providing security at the Capitol on January 6th.
Now, he did say Nikki instead of Nancy. That is true.
Now, I've long called for mental competency tests for politicians over the age of 75.
Okay, so she's calling him a senior moment. She's calling out his one slip of the tongue. She's also saying that he needs a cognitive test. Now, that's all a little bit rich considering we just had to live through 3 years of Joe Biden, which has been insane. But here's the deal with Nikki Haley, all right? So she's lost Iowa. She's lost New Hampshire. Next for her is South Carolina, which is her home state, which she's currently losing in as well. Now, you might remember about a week ago or so, maybe 2 weeks ago, we had Ron DeSantis. He was actually on the Neil Cavuto show on Friday talking about how he's going to rule the world. He's going to change everything. He was so pumped and so confident. And the very next day, pulled the plug on his campaign just like that. I mean, you know that was out of his control. It's just that his donors said, you're done, dude. You're not going to win. It's clear. You're out. But in Nikki Haley's case, I mean, she's got a bunch of never-Trumpers supporting her, billionaires who are actually funding Trump lawsuits, and they're vowing to stay in no matter what. Even if she keeps losing, they're going to stay in. So what's the strategy? She's not collecting delegates. So how's she going to win? I mean, really their strategy is to keep her in the hopes that Trump goes to jail, and then she's going to be the one. And even Democrats are supporting her because they don't believe Joe Biden's going to win, and they don't want Trump. So Democrats are saying, well, the next best thing is going to be Nikki Haley. So they're keeping her in despite all of these losses. Now, as I mentioned, South Carolina's the next for her, but it's actually not the next in the election. Nevada is, but she's not showing up for that.
But, she forgot one thing. Next week, it's Nevada. Next week, it's Nevada. It's not South Carolina. We love South Carolina, but next week, it's Nevada. And I'm pleased to announce we just won Nevada. We just won 100%.
So she's not showing up for Nevada, so she's now lost Nevada as well. So she's lost Iowa, New Hampshire, Nevada. She's going to lose South Carolina, but she's still staying in. All right, next up, I'm going to show you how swampy that 43% is. But after that is the real mega swamp, that Kari Lake hot mic thing, which you absolutely have to stay tuned for. Now, if you haven't done so already, make sure you hit that subscribe button. We are keeping you fresh on the election all throughout the year, so make sure you subscribe for sure. All right, now let's get into how swampy these voters are. Let's check it out.
The other thing, she only got 25% of the Republican votes. I don't know if you saw that. Now, they're only voting because they want to make me look as bad as possible.
So Republicans aren't even voting for her, and let me explain.
A new Des Moines Register NBC News Mediacom Iowa poll shows more Nikki Haley supporters would vote for President Joe Biden over former President Donald Trump in the November general election.
I would absolutely vote for her in the primary, but it's not a vote for her, it's a vote against Trump. If this was the general election and she was the Republican candidate, and or whatever, I would have to see what she did between now and then.
I'm an independent.
So basically what he's saying is he's only voting in this primary as a vote against Trump, and he might not even vote for her in the general, which probably means he'll vote for Biden. Now, let me get it out of the shot here for this next one. Let's check this out.
I'm an independent, but I'm going to vote for Nikki Haley to try to slow Trump's momentum. I wouldn't vote for her in the general.
So there it is, black and white, okay? And this, they calculate that about 4,000 of the voters did this. I mean, in New Hampshire, like I said, you don't have to be a Republican to vote in the primary. You can change your registration if you're an independent or whatever and get yourself into that primary. That doesn't happen in other states, but it does in New Hampshire. So the majority of her voters aren't even Republicans, and that's the false bottom. I mean, how does she win a general if her voters aren't even Republicans? All right, so now let's get into the real swamp, the real meat and potatoes of this whole show. This is incredible. Probably happens every day in Washington. This is an inside take for us who, aren't privy to this on an everyday basis. But this is the swamp at work. Check it out.
This is back east.
By the way, this is the head of the Republican Party in Arizona, and Kari Lake is running for Senate over there, and this is him swamping out.
There are very powerful people that want to keep you out.
I know they do.
But they're willing to put their money where their mouth is in a big way. So, this conversation never happened.
So the conversation never happened. This guy's not even good at being slimy. Don't quit your day job and join the Sopranos, homie, because you suck. You can't even pull this off properly. He could have been way slicker than this, but he put all his cards on the table. Let's keep listening.
This is crazy, though. They should want me. I'm a great candidate. People love me. These people are corrupt.
Well, maybe you're right.
So what do they want? What do they want me to do?
You want me to stay out for 2 years.
So he's saying that he's got some bidders back east that are trying to pay off Kari Lake so that she doesn't run for the Senate. They're trying to get her off the trail for the next 2 years.
What? Let me tell you what I can offer you. The ask I got today from back east was, it has to stay between us. Is there any companies out there or something that could just put her on the payroll and give her, to keep her out? And I said, well, what are you willing to do? Whatever we need to do.
So did you hear that whisper? This has to stay between us.
I'm not willing to accept that. Then I'm going to be the biggest pain in these people's ass. And go back and tell them that. I'm running, and I'm going to be the biggest pain in their ass.
I'm willing to tell them that.
And they're going to have to kill me to stop me.
Is there a number at which
I can be bought?
not be bought?
That's what it's about.
You can take a pause for a couple of years.
No.
And then go right back to what you're doing.
No. 10 million, 20 million, 30, no. A billion, no. This is not about money. This is about our country.
So good for Kari Lake. She doesn't take the hit, but I don't understand why this guy had to present it that way. Hey, I got these guys back east, and they want to keep you out, and let's keep this between us. Shh. He didn't have to do that. He just had to say, hey, Kari, I got this offer for you, $2 million to do this thing for the next 2 years. What do you say? That's all he had to do. But instead, he's like, hey, I got this sneaky deal. How about we keep you off the trail? And he sucked at what he did. He totally blew it. And why does the head of the RNC in Arizona want to keep her out? Kari Lake is super popular. She's probably going to win. What's in it for him?
I actually wish you'd just give me a counteroffer this big. Give me a counter.
I can't be bought.
All right, so there's the swamp. That was mind-blowing to me. I hope it was for you too. Like I said, we're dropping shorts every single day. We're going to keep you fresh throughout the entire election on the Mega Beak. Make sure you subscribe. Check us out on a daily basis. Hilarious shorts every day. I'm going to post a video up here, which is going to be tie right into what you just watched here. So if you want to watch some more, go ahead and click that link. That's going to be it. Happy Friday night. Peace, everybody. Oh, it's actually Saturday. Happy Saturday. See ya.